Lastly, let's briefly talk about Florida State. Florida State got destroyed by SMU. Really, really ugly game for them. They're 1-4, 1-3 in the conference, and they just lost 42-16 in Dallas to the SMU Mustangs. They got outscored 28-7 in the second half. Did they quit? Did they quit in that game, or are they quit on the season? I think Florida State's defense, kind of like Stanford's, is going to be tougher than App State and going to be tougher than NC State unless they quit. And that's what we'll have to see. I don't know if they've just failed on the season. There's been a lot of talk about will transfer-heavy teams, when things don't go as planned, kind of just fail because they don't have a connection to each other because they all just got there, or to the university because they all just got there. Maybe they're not even planning to graduate from there. This is going to be the case study, right? We haven't had this situation really ever happen, so here it is. Maybe a few final thoughts. DJ Uiagalelei has 1,065 passing yards, but he has 4 touchdowns to 6 picks. He's been sacked 12 times. He has a 53.8 completion percentage to only a 6.8 yards per attempt. Let me see if I can pull Clemson's real quick so we can get a comparison here. Give me just a moment. That's a really bad completion percentage to not have a high yardage, right? Because he's checking it down. He's the master of the check down. And yet, despite that, he's still not picking up a good completion percentage. If he was 70%, but they were all check downs, fine. All right, so here's the comparison. Klubnik, 66.4 completion percentage to Florida State, or DJ's 53.8. So nearly a 13-point difference. And DJ's completing them at 6.8 yards per attempt compared to 8.9 for Klubnik. And Klubnik has a 12-2 TD to interception ratio with only 3 sacks compared to a 4-6 with 12 sacks, which is insane. So huge quarterback advantage, you would think, for Clemson. Also with Florida State, Lawrence Tuafili, he's only averaging 4.8 yards per carry. The team as a whole is averaging 2.4. The offensive line is way worse than expected. Meanwhile, Clemson's is way better than expected. Moff is averaging 8 yards per carry, has 342 yards, and the team is averaging 6. And of course, the team includes sack yards lost, although there haven't been that many sacks. So Clemson is way better passing. They're way better running. And then you look at who's the best receivers on each team. Bryant Wesco has 238 yards and 7 catches for Clemson, leads the team in yardage. Antonio Williams has 16 receptions, 196 yards, leads the team in receptions. Big question is Antonio Williams okay? As of this recording, we do not know. I think he's Clemson's best receiver. If he's out and Randall's out, luckily Tyler Brown is back, but if they're both out, that's a fairly big blow. And we know injuries to the wide receiver core has kind of sank the Clemson offense the past couple of years. Clemson did not have Antonio Williams last year against Florida State. I believe they win that game if they do have Antonio Williams. I'm not sure Florida State has a chance regardless, but I think if Antonio Williams does play, Florida State has almost no chance. So really, really want to see Antonio be healthy. Not really so much for this game, but I just really, really, really do not want to see him miss a huge chunk that hurt Clemson so bad last year. So let's just hope that's not the case. As for goals, I don't know if I have goals in terms of passing touchdowns or sacks or something like that. But I think, honestly, something better than we saw against Stanford. 40-14 final score at least, and I want it to look even prettier. I think Stanford's better. I think they're better than Florida State. And even though it's on the road, I think Clemson could beat them more soundly, at least make it look more dominant. So pretty high expectations. I think Clemson will fulfill those. I'm going to have a pretty aggressive Clemson winning pick for this one. So looking forward to that. I hope you are too. As always, thanks for everyone who joined live. Thanks for everyone who will watch this replay. Thanks for the comments. Really appreciate it. If you're not already, don't forget to subscribe, and shout out to Ready Vets who sponsored this show. So thank you so much for watching. As always, go Tigers. If you enjoyed this video, please help this channel by liking the video, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Also, if you're a pet owner and you live in the upstate, check out our sponsor, Ready Vets. They offer immediate walk-in care when your pet can't wait. They're open 7 days a week till 10 p.m. They're owned by 2 Clemson grads. They're located in Taylor's, just 10 miles from the Woodruff Road shopping district.